Hey guys, it's Manna, and welcome to Alternative Unicorn, a weekly show where I discuss spirituality, mental health, and airy-fairy new age stuff. Today on Alternative Unicorn, it is time for your weekly tarot reading. We are finishing up the retrograde. This was a doozy. It was a big one for a lot of people, a lot of emotions, a lot of things kind of purging themselves in the last few weeks. I've heard from a ton of people this was quite the retrograde, and I can vouch for that myself, but we are coming to a completion of that. So I want to go into fall and into a new space with a brand new energy. I'm really excited. I will do a special fall solstice reading for you, but let's just go ahead and get through the end of this retrograde first with this Osho Zen Tarot reading. So per usual, I am going to have you select from 3 different choices. Yes, again, I did 3. It's just feeling more right instead of 2, a little more broad. So go ahead and quiet your mind, and you can choose either card A, card B, or card C. I'll go ahead and put down the times for card B and C, that if you just want to fast forward right now, you can go there now. And for those of you that chose card A, let's get started. So for all of you card A people, today you have chosen the card of completion. This is very appropriate, very, very fitting for the end of a retrograde, because a retrograde is a time of completion, a time of your energies that where you're sorting through things that you need to kind of work through, anything that's been suppressed, all that stuff kind of comes up in a retrograde time energetically. So the completion card, for those of you that picked card A, means that whatever it was, whatever kind of emotional issue or mental place that you were in, it could actually be a physical thing, is drawing to a close. You're in completion with that. So in the completion of this thing, emotion, job, response, whatever it was, in the completion of that, you have now entered into a realm of opening up space for yourself. So you've completed one thing, and the exciting thing about it is that you've made room for new things to enter your life. So take this really seriously. The completion is something that's really positive. And I know it can hurt. If you were called to select card A, it means that you might be a little bit resistant to this completion. You might have emotions about something ending. You don't want it to end, or you wanted it to go on further, or you didn't get the result that you wanted. This card is urging you to just go ahead and process through that completion. Completion doesn't mean infinitely final. And that's an important thing to remember. Something can be complete for today. It can be complete for right now, or in the area that you are on in your life. It doesn't mean to always think about it and hope that it will not be complete. When you're in completion, it means you need to let go of it for right now. It is not serving you anymore. You are done with that thing, and new things are trying to take space in your life. So use this time for yourself to celebrate that completion, to mourn that thing that you've completed, to celebrate the completion, or to just observe that completion. Whatever emotion comes up for you, it's really up to you. I don't know if it's a happy or a sad thing, but it's just telling you and calling you to honor yourself, to honor the completion, and to also make sure that you are opening yourself up to the possibility of the new thing. Do you know what that thing is? Do you know the new thing that is trying to come into your space? Have you thought of that yet? The end of the retrograde is a really good time to finalize things, to complete stuff, and to start writing out our little list of what we do want to start bringing in to our space now that we've cleared up some room. So for card A people, be in your completion, acknowledge it, celebrate or mourn if possible. Don't be resistant to this completion. It really is a positive thing. You're moving into something new. Okay, my card B people, this is an intense card, and if you felt called to pull this, you probably don't even want to hear this right now, and that's okay. For you card B people, you chose the card of suppression. Yeah, it looks a little intense, because it is intense. The suppression card comes up when we have not been allowing ourselves to have an outlet. Either we are not speaking and saying the things that we need to say, we don't have a creative outlet, we're not making time for ourselves. Whatever it is, it means you're not doing something for you that allows your stuff to come out. You're stuffing everything, you're pushing everything down, and it can cause you to not sleep, get really stressed, feel anxiety, and a huge dip in your happiness. So if you drew card B and you are experiencing any of those negative attributes, it means you are suppressing right now. I do feel called to say specifically, you need an outlet. whatever that is for you. And I know I talk about this a lot on here, but it's because I do guide readings and not specific old school tarot readings. So they are more broad, which is really fitting and wonderful. I'm not futuristic and I can't tell your future, but what I can tell you is that everybody needs an outlet. And that 100% goes for every single person that fits on here. But if you picked this card, it means you specifically do not have an outlet or have been neglecting your outlet. And it is very important that you get back into doing whatever it was that makes you feel good, because it doesn't just promote good feelings and takes care of our mental health. It takes care of getting things out of us. So if you're a painter, you might not even be aware of the fact that when you paint, you're letting things out. You're letting it all on the canvas. Not every situation and every conflict needs to be verbally expressed or consulted or results in conflict. Some things are internal suppressions that we don't necessarily want to share with everybody. So it's important for you to find for yourself what is the thing that helps that stuff get out of you and cleanse your space and allow yourself to not be stagnant energetically. So if you pulled card B, do not suppress. Things are trying to come out of you. If you're feeling negative and you're feeling anxious or sick or icky or tired, it's because you're not taking the time to let everything out. Evaluate the situation. If there's a person that you need to talk to and you need to discuss things with, have that conversation. It is always important to tell people how you're feeling. If it is not something that you need to discuss with an individual and it's not about a relationship, it's about you, then you need to take that time for yourself to find the thing that allows you to empty your cup every single night and let everything out so your emotions are not stacking on top of each other. And so that when you feel a feeling, you know accurately what the feeling is. It's not just an overwhelming blur of all kinds of stuff. So yeah, stop suppressing and don't wait for things to build up so bad that you have a blow up. The suppression card is trying to prevent you from a huge blow up and a huge breakdown. If you've already gotten to that point, that's okay. Do it from here on out. But for those of you that haven't gotten to that breaking point, please don't let yourself get there. Allow it to get out of you before a huge, big, dramatic, and intense thing happens emotionally that is avoidable if we just express ourselves and take care of ourselves more. Okay, on to my card C, people. All these cards are really intense. It's very fitting because it is rounding out to the end of the retrograde. But card C, people, you have picked the card of control. So this card specifically, this card is not calling you a controlling person, although that may be true. That may be something that you resonate with, and there are probably totally amazing and good reasons why you may be controlling or why you attempt to control your life. The message to you is that when we control everything or try to control stuff, we stifle organic opportunities for miracles to happen, for abundance to come into our life. When we get so attached to making sure that we're doing all of these specific things that we've decided is the right way to do something, or the only way to do something, then we really get into interference with all of the abundant gifts that are trying to step into our lives and make themselves present. People that have an issue with control tend to be really anxious because if something doesn't go your way, you feel powerless. And I know as human beings, it feels like we do have a lot of control, and there are absolutely elements in your life that you do have control in. So this card is really urging you to take a look and say, what is appropriate control and what are things that you can really, really let go of? And what is stopping you from really enjoying and being in a flow all of the time? Can we control the foods and the things that we put in our body? Yeah, we can control those, and we probably should. We should take care of ourselves and look at that kind of stuff. Can we control how other people behave? 100% not. Can we control how other people see us? 100% we cannot. And so this card is really urging you to look at that fine balance between what is actual control, what can you control, and when you reach a wall with something that you can't control and you feel very emotional, upset about it, go through that mental process of asking yourself, why? Why are you so upset about that? What do you need to work on? What do you need to work through? And how has this issue of control really stopped you from receiving, from living, from feeling joy, and from letting go of stress? if you got this control card, I am called to tell you that you've been a little bit resistant this last month to change, resistant to all the things that are trying to be brought in your life or issues that are trying to be brought up in you. Don't resist those things. They're there for a reason. They're coming to you for a reason. And it is a really difficult thing to kind of sit back and let things happen to us, or to, I'm just saying, to observe those things a little bit more carefully and don't act so calculated, because you're really going to miss out on some great stuff if you are calling all of the shots all the time. It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to deal with. And if all of that stuff isn't resonating with you, what may resonate with you is like if in a work situation or a professional situation where you're taking care of so many things, you have control over everything and everyone, and you're really being a codependent or an enabler in that sense of needing to have so much control, you really need to step off so that you can take care of yourself. Because when we're controlling everything in our life, and the people in it and the things and micromanaging all this stuff, we are not looking inward, we're not being reflective, and we're not allowing ourselves to just like feel all kinds of moments and emotions. So sorry, that might have been a lot, but go ahead and take stock of that. Let go, card C people, just let go for this week. Really breathe it out. It's gonna be all right. So that was your Osho Zen Tarot reading for this, I think it's almost last week in September. I don't know what date it is, but we're coming up to the last week in September. We're coming into fall. We're getting out of the retrograde. Amazing things are happening vibrationally and energetically, and I'm so excited that you guys stopped by. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. There are my social media links above. Basically, it's Alternative Unicorn at everything. I super lucked out. So if you can remember that Alternative Unicorn is spelled with a Y, you can find me on social media. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys. Love you. You have a wonderful week. Light and love.